Welcome to Talking with the Experts. This is where we discuss great ideas to take your business to the next level. How do we know these ideas work? Well, it's because we're talking with business owners who are using these ideas. Business owners who have years of experience and expertise. All things business by business owners for business owners. And now, here is your host, Rose Davidson.
Hi, I'm Rose Davidson from Talking with the Experts. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Global Glamping Charities for their valued support. Global Glamping Charities, solving homelessness in all its forms. Reach out to them at globalglamping.org.
Talking with the Experts.
In episode 450, April Bielefeldt discusses with us 3 ways we can market ourselves and our businesses for free.
Right. And even like starting, as you get comfortable, like podcasting, you can start basically on a basically no budget. You can get a free Zoom account. It will cut you off at about 45 minutes. So there's that, but you can record on your cell phone, get a little headset for almost next to nothing. And again, just start getting yourself out there and putting yourself in front of your audience and sharing and interacting. Definitely advocate for maybe getting on, creating something on YouTube. You can create a simple YouTube channel for your business. You can share, if you're a solopreneur, like I just mentioned, do some short little videos. Hi, who you are, what you do, answer questions. We all have you've been in your business for a while, what questions people come, but people continue to ask those questions. So share.
Talking with the Experts.
Hello, welcome to Talking with the Experts. My name's Rose Davidson from rosedavidson.com, and I'm your host for today. Talking with the Experts is about all things business by business owners for business owners. You can find it on all good podcasting streaming platforms and on YouTube. Today, my guest is April Bielefeldt, and April is going to discuss with us the best 3 ways to market yourself. And April is an amazing human, and I'm going to let her tell you all about herself when I bring her on screen. So April, welcome to Talking with the Experts. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you so much, Rose, for having me be a part of this. I'm really excited to share with your listeners.
Wonderful. So tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into doing what you're doing.
Sure. So my business it's Your Photo Travel Guide. And what I do is I kind of combine my love of photography and travel. And it kind of was organic. I did a lot of photography, like exploring outside, and a lot of other photographers started taking an interest in where I was getting these photos. So then I kind of started a little tour business focused on taking photographers, but different from the workshops. A lot of workshops out there spend a lot of time teaching, and I kind of felt like there was almost too much teaching. You're in these amazing locations, and the goal, the light goes quickly. Let's gather up as many images. And as a woman, I found that it's just fun to play. It's fun to use your camera and just go from there. So it's a little bit different than some of the other workshops out there. So finding customers, as we all know, can be a challenge. So yeah, we just want to really share about ways to do that with no budget, essentially.
That would be wonderful, yeah, because a lot of us start out with absolutely no budget. We leave our corporate jobs and hope that the mud sticks to the wall when we leave, and we can just keep going on, and we soon run out of finances, and we find ourselves with living on a shoestring with all the apps and programs and software that you need to use to keep your business running. And learning how to market ourselves without a budget or without any finances is wonderful. April, tell me, what are the best 3 ways we can do that?
I think you need to find where your customers are at. Like for me, my, people identify with who they're purchasing from. We all have lots of choices out there in the marketplace, whether we're a dentist or we're a real estate agent. We all tend to migrate to the person that looks like us, that understands us, that gets us. So fully lean into being you. And if you're, for me, Facebook, there's a lot of people in my age group that are on Facebook. So it's free to be on Facebook, creating a Facebook group and being a part of other groups. There's a lot of big groups depending on your niche. Like if it's women in travel or photographers or even people relocating. If you are new to Las Vegas, for example, there's groups just for coming to Las Vegas or new to Las Vegas, and start interacting in there, letting people know who you are. If people have questions, answer them. If pose a question, starting that interaction so people start to associate who you are with valuable information. It takes a little bit of time, but again, it's free. So you gotta give something. If you're gonna do for free, sometimes you have to put in a little bit of time. But I can see on my website a lot of traffic, a lot of contacts come from Facebook. So that's one of my first ways.
Yeah, and I do believe that you networking in person is not dead, not yet anyway.
No. Nope.
And there's a lot of ways to network too. You join some online forums and groups, Facebook groups, or LinkedIn is a great way to network with people, and that's free. You don't have to
Right.
have the paid service on LinkedIn, and Facebook obviously is free, and in person there's heaps of business networking
Right.
groups that you can join, like BX or BNI, or I don't know, even speaking things like Speakers Institute or
Yeah.
Speakers Tribe,
Right.
Toastmasters, any of those things, or just go to the local pub, honestly,
Right.
and
Exactly.
you can meet anybody at the pub.
Right, or the coffee shop. Coffee shops are popular, go and set yourself up with your book or your laptop and, find people and, find where people are hanging out or, local clubs. There's something called meetup.com, which as a user,
Yeah,
if you,
yeah, we've got that here
it's
too.
free.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's free. Find the same interest and find an event and get out there and meet face to face, because I do agree that now that we're able to meet in person, it's that face to face marketing that's really important. And you can use your cell phone now for, taking the little videos. It's that authenticity. I think a lot of people think, oh, I gotta, spend a lot of money, have the perfect backdrop, but it's actually, you're going to respond if you're just you. Maybe you're sharing a business tip. Maybe, if you have a brick and mortar, you're taking a little tour around your brick and mortar or your street, or, maybe things that you like in your neighborhood. Just anything that you can share that can be just authentic and real, people will start to connect with you.
absolutely, absolutely true. And networking costs nothing except your time.
Yep,
So,
exactly.
and maybe your throat.
Right. Right. And even like starting, if you, as you get comfortable, like podcasting, you can start basically on a very, basically no budget. You can get a free Zoom account. It will cut you off at about 45 minutes. So there's that. But you can record on your, on your cell phone, get a little headset for almost next to nothing. And again, just start getting yourself out there and putting yourself in front of your audience and sharing and interacting.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, what's the second step that you would advocate, April?
I would definitely advocate for maybe getting on, creating something on YouTube. You can create a simple YouTube channel for your business. You can share, if you're a solopreneur, like I just mentioned, do some short little videos. Hi, who you are, what you do, answer questions. We all have you've been in your business for a while, you know what questions people come, but people continue to ask those questions. So share those answers, or share how you do something, or what your, again, if you have a brick and mortar, what your office is like. Make people feel like they can get behind the scenes and get something. You got to give a little, you got to offer something, and your knowledge and your personality is free. Just share it, and share what you've got to offer.
Absolutely. And what's the third tip?
The third tip would be, again, just collaborate. I have a quote that I really like. It's, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, collaborate. So find others to collaborate. Either, as we just mentioned on LinkedIn, find others in your field, someone, even a friend. Find ways that you can trade services or do things together, build your businesses together. Whether that's hosting something in your community, it could be, even if you are, like for me, I'm a photographer, and no, I'm not selling homes, but I know some real estate agents. Maybe when they're doing an open house, I can set up and offer some free kids pictures, or a school group, and go to the park and, do something for the moms for free, really inexpensive. You don't have to invest a lot, but offering something of yourself for free and building those bridges, collaborating, because it's through collaboration that you're going to go a little bit further and more people are going to find out about you.
Yeah, that's how I started out. Many years ago, I started out doing admin work for female entrepreneurs, and I became known amongst a small circle of people, but then they would refer me on to others, from other areas. And so that's how I grew. And then the podcast came along, and that's just grown
Oh
huge,
yeah,
huge.
right.
I can't believe how quickly it's taken off. And yeah, and honestly, it's just, people know who I am now. They know what I do. And before, it used to be a bit of a challenge, but now it's like, yeah, go and see Rose.
Right.
She'll help you start your podcast, or get on
Yeah.
her podcast, and and she'll get you out there in the marketplace. So it's, yeah, I can't believe the growth. And anyone who wants to get known in their field, it's such an easy thing
Yeah,
to
right
do.
now it's super easy. And I know right before we went live, we both mentioned how right now, take advantage of some of these platforms. I mean, I'm shocked. I made a couple of these little YouTube shorts and put them on my channel, and YouTube is just feeding those out to people. And it's amazing. You can wake up the next morning and you're like, wow, 1,000 people viewed this. I mean, I wouldn't be able to pass out 1,000 business cards if I, think about it. So, yes, it's a numbers game like it always has been, but you're able to reach a larger audience now than ever before. I mean, shoot, in
Yeah,
my 20s, you had to go to the in-person mixers. You had to join clubs that were local. Now you can reach a much larger audience much more quickly.
absolutely. Um, so, April, have you written any books about, your travels and what it is that you do?
I haven't actually written a book. I have a website. I write itineraries for people that want to come to New England and explore the United States. And I have a podcast called Eyes for the Road, which I kind of have let set aside, but I'm hoping to get back to it, where I interview photographers and travelers and just ask, like, what's in their suitcase? Where do they go to take great pictures? There's beautiful places all around the world. So where do we find these places?
Absolutely. And it's quite often off the beaten track that you find the best photos,
Yes.
photo opportunities. It's not, oft times it's not the well-known places, but the ones that
It is.
people
It's,
don't know about.
yeah, exactly. It's the ones the locals tell you about.
They're the ones. April, where is your website? Where can people find you?
Sure, it's yourphototravelguide.com.
And where else can people find you?
I also am collaborating with a few other travelers, and it's the-travelcollective.com. And we have a YouTube channel called the-travelcollective.com, where we interview travelers from around the world. Just everybody, whether they're in Europe or Rome, and again, sharing places they love to go. So thank you so much.
My pleasure. April, if you were to give some advice to anyone starting up a business, what would be the tips that you would give them?
I would definitely say go for it. Don't wait. Take what you have, start small, even if that means you're pairing your business, maybe doing something. I worked two jobs for a long time to start building my business. And so but again, just go with your passion. You're more likely to put time and energy into something you're truly passionate about than going and punching a clock and doing work for someone that you're not so passionate about. And don't put roadblocks in your way, whether that's money or, oh, I got to wait till this or that. Don't wait. Don't, just start with what you have where you are.
Yeah, that's what I did too. Just had an epiphany one night, and then so I just did it.
Yeah, that's what I say. Just go for it. I mean, if that
Absolutely.
means,
Yeah, I think you've got to follow your passion. I mean, if you've still got a corporate job, or working out, with for somebody else, do it as a side hustle
yes,
until you get comfortable, and know the ropes a little bit better than it's better than starting out like most of us do with no knowledge about anything, and it's like grow and find out, research and grow as we go.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I highly advise that. That's what I did. Just keep your main gig to pay for your roof and over your head, and but then hustle. Start learning and doing everything you can on the side, and
Yeah, absolutely.
don't overpay for things. Don't immediately pay for advertising. Start with what you've got. Get yourself out there for free.
Yeah, I mean, it's the best way to do things. The more you can do for free, and then you can pay for the
Yes.
other thing like calendars and things. You can, just use Google, or if you want a guest form, just use Google,
Yes.
Google Sheets or Google Docs or whatever it is. It's free, and if you're not that tech savvy, I'm sure that you can find a friend that can help you. It's utilize what you have
Yes,
without having to go to
definitely.
all the expense of doing other things that you can't really afford.
Right, right. Yeah, don't sink a lot of money into things before you've started to build and get clients and get recognized.
Absolutely. It's like websites, really unnecessary. I mean, you don't need shiny business cards or a website or anything like that.
No,
And they've got
exactly.
electronic business cards now.
I didn't
See,
even, oh my gosh, see, I learned something already.
you can there's an app that you can put on your phone, and it makes a business card, and then you just tap someone else's phone. Your details are already transferred to their phone. It's amazing.
Wow, isn't that amazing? Yeah, it's just like websites now. You really don't have to know a lot. Just there's a lot of free website programs or, just keep it simple. That's the big thing is keep it simple. Don't overspend. I mean, I've even just, had someone, I've typed their information into my contacts and put a note to myself. This is a recommendation for a doctor or gardener or whatever it is.
Yeah,
So yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, there's so much available for free, and if you don't know something, Mr. Google knows everything.
Yes, and YouTube. I've gotten
Yes,
really
and
good at
YouTube. Yes.
YouTube videos. Someone's done a video on how to do this, how to fix my sink, how to create a free jot form for something. Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. Absolutely, they have. Um, April, thank you so much for sharing your tips on starting a business and how we can get ourselves out there a lot easier for free. So
Yes.
it's been a pleasure speaking with you, and thanks so much for sharing.
Thank you, Rose. It was a pleasure being on.
Bye-bye for now.
You've been listening to Talking with the Experts, hosted by Rose Davidson. Make sure you have a look at our back catalogue over at talkingwiththeexperts.com, and be sure to subscribe to our podcast so you don't miss out on any episode. We look forward to your company next time. Talking with the Experts.